Hey, quick question. Have you ever connected to Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, hotel, or airport? Yeah, then someone could have been reading your traffic. Scary, right? But don't worry, because today I'm going to show you how to build your own private encrypted tunnel using something called WireGuard and a free firewall called OPNsense. No monthly fees, no trusting some random VPN company, just you, your firewall, and total privacy. And here's the great news. If you're running OPNsense 25.7 or newer, WireGuard is already built right in. No plugins to install. It's ready to go from day one. We've got just 6 easy steps. Even if you've never done this before, just follow along. Let's go. Before we start, one quick thing. WireGuard doesn't use usernames or passwords. Instead, it uses keys. Think of it like this. Imagine 2 houses. Each house has a mailbox with 2 keys. A private key. This stays inside your house. You never ever give it to anyone. A public key. This is like your address. You share it so the other house knows where to send mail. Your OPNsense firewall has a key pair. Your phone has a key pair. They swap the green keys and boom, they can talk secretly. Nobody else can read the messages. That's it. If you understood that you're ready, let's get started. Open your browser and log into your OPNsense dashboard through the web interface. Since we're using version 25.7 or later, WireGuard is already built in, so there's no need to install any plugins. From the navigation menu, go to VPN, WireGuard, and Instances. Before creating a new instance, let's briefly understand what an instance is. A WireGuard VPN instance is a single active configuration of the WireGuard protocol running on a server, router, or virtual machine. It acts as a secure gateway that connects remote devices called peers to a private network or the internet through an encrypted tunnel. Now let's create a new instance. Click the plus button to add a new instance. Enable the instance, then enter a name such as WireGuard_VPN. Next, generate the public and private keys. A WireGuard VPN public key is a cryptographic identifier that authenticates a device in a WireGuard network. It allows peers to recognize each other and securely establish encrypted connections. Now, let's configure the listen port. The listen port is the local UDP port that WireGuard uses to receive incoming VPN traffic from peers. By default, WireGuard uses UDP port 51,820. But in this video, we'll use UDP port 51,825. Next is the tunnel address. WireGuard VPN tunnel address is the private IP assigned to the VPN interface. It identifies the device inside the encrypted tunnel rather than on the public internet. In this video, we'll use the 10.0.0.024 subnet. Leave the remaining options at their default settings for now. We'll select the peers after creating them. Once everything is configured, click Save. Now switch to the Peers tab and click the plus button to add a new peer. Enable the peer, then enter a name such as remote_PC. Next, let's move on to public key section. Before entering the public key, let's briefly explain what a peer public key is. A WireGuard peer public key is a unique cryptographic identifier used to authenticate a specific device within the VPN network. It ensures traffic is securely encrypted and sent to the correct peer. Now enter the public key generated from the WireGuard app installed on your client device. Simply copy and paste it here. Next, let's configure the allowed IPs. Allowed IPs define which networks or IP addresses are routed through a specific peer. It works as both a routing rule and a security filter. In this video, we'll use 10.0.0.024, 192.199.024, 192.168.100.024, and 192.168.1.024 network. Now let's configure the endpoint address. Endpoint address is usually your OPNsense, one public IP address, or a domain name. In this video, we'll use the OPNsense one public IP address. Next is the endpoint port. The endpoint port defines where the client sends encrypted WireGuard traffic on the remote server. By default, WireGuard uses UDP port 51,820. But in this video, we'll use port 51,825. Now select the instance we created earlier, WireGuard_VPN. Finally, set the keep alive interval to 25 seconds. This forces the client to periodically send an empty packet to keep the VPN connection active through NAT devices and firewalls. If everything looks correct, click Save, then click Apply. Before encrypted packets begin their silent journey, there is one final preparation, a configuration, a ritual, a moment where the client learns who it is and who it must trust. So, let's configure WireGuard apps on remote device. If you haven't installed WireGuard yet, head to the official WireGuard site and download the installer. I already have it installed, so my path begins with configuration. Inside the interface section, my remote PC takes the form IP of 10.0.0.2 with 32 subnet mask and 1.1.1.1 as a DNS server. Your values may differ shaped by your own network environment. Now we configure the peer, the counterpart waiting on the far end of the encrypted tunnel. This is where your client learns who it must trust and what realms it may enter. Public key, the server's identity in the public key field. Paste the key generated in your OPNsense WireGuard instance. This key is the server's signature, the mark your client uses to verify it's speaking to the right guardian on the other side. Allowedips, the networks your client may access. Allowedips defines the destinations your remote device is allowed to reach through the tunnel. Think of it as the map of territories your client is permitted to explore. In this video, we grant access to 3 different networks. 10.0.0.0 with 24 subnet is the WireGuard network. 192.168.199.0 with 24 subnet mask is the OPNsense LAN network. 192.168.1.0 with 24 subnet mask is another network segment. These entries tell the client when you need to reach these networks, send your traffic through the tunnel. Endpoint. Where the tunnel leads the endpoint is your OPNsense firewall's public identity. Your 1IP or FQDN paired with the WireGuard port. This is the exact location your client will dial into the gateway where the tunnel begins. Set persistent keep alive to 25 seconds. This sends a small signal at regular intervals, keeping NAT devices awake and ensuring the tunnel never falls silent. The tunnel is almost ready. The keys are forged. The interface is awakened. Let's move on to creating the WireGuard interface. From the navigation, go to Interfaces, then Assignments. Select the WireGuard VPN interface. Click Add, then Save. Now enable it because by default, it's basically taking a nap. Now, another guardian stands between your remote device and the heart of your network, the one firewall rule. This is the moment where you tell OPNsense, let the WireGuard traffic enter, belongs here. From the navigation menu, descend into Firewall Rules and choose one. A new rule awaits creation. The rule that decides whether your encrypted packets may enter from the outside world. Click Add. Now, shape the rule with intention. In action, choose Pass. This means allow the traffic to pass from the outside world into your firewall. The gate opens. Choose one. Because this rule controls traffic arriving at your public-facing network edge. In direction, choose In. This tells OPNsense the traffic is incoming from the internet toward your firewall. In TCP/IP version, choose IPv4 plus IPv6, allowing both modern and legacy traffic formats to reach WireGuard. In protocol, choose UDP. WireGuard speaks only one language, and that language is UDP. In destination, choose one address. This ensures the rule applies specifically to your firewall's public IP. In destination port range, choose Other and enter 51,825, the exact port your WireGuard instance listens on, the port where the tunnel begins. Description: allows incoming WireGuard VPN traffic on UDP port 51,825. Review your creation. If every detail aligns, click Save and then apply changes. Only then does the guardian step aside. Only then does the tunnel open. Alright team, we're almost done. Now it's time for the grand finale, creating the firewall rule for the WireGuard VPN interface. This rule basically says, hey OPNsense, please let my remote devices talk to the WireGuard interface. Don't be shy. From the navigation menu, go to Firewall and Rules. Then choose WireGuard VPN because yes, we want the rule there. not in WAN, not in LAN, not in your neighbor's router. Now click Add to create a new rule. Let's edit it. In action, choose Pass. We want the traffic to pass, not get rejected like a bad Tinder match. In direction, choose In. This allows traffic coming into the WireGuard firewall. In TCP IP version, choose IPv4. You can choose IPv4 plus IPv6 if your network is fancy, but in this video, we're keeping it simple. In protocol, choose any, because today we're feeling generous. Source: WireGuard_VPN net and WireGuard_VPN address. These are your remote clients coming through the tunnel. In destination, choose LAN net and WireGuard_VPN address, or adjust based on your own network environment. Review your configuration. If everything looks perfect, hit Save, and please click Apply Changes. If you don't apply changes, the firewall rule will sit there doing absolutely nothing. Like your friend who says, "I'm helping," but just watches. It's time to testing the connection from remote client. Now let's see if all that hard work actually paid off. Open WireGuard on your remote client. Click Activate. Bingo. The remote client connects successfully. You can also check the WireGuard peer status on OPNsense and look at that. It's up. Beautiful. Let's test ping. My remote client PC has local IP 192.168.107 with 24 subnet mask. WireGuard VPN IP 10.0.0.2 with 32 subnet mask. Exactly what we configured earlier. Now let's ping the OPNsense LAN interface. Ping 192.168.199.1. This is my OPNsense LAN IP. Perfect. Ping successful. Let's try one more. Ping 192.168.199. To this. Is my file server connected to the OPNsense LAN? Now let's ping it using the WireGuard source address. Ping 192.168.199.2 s10.0.02. Fantastic, everything looks good. Your WireGuard tunnel is alive, healthy, and ready to serve. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And comment below what topic you want me to cover next. Your ideas equals my next video.